starting off with sets and with strength. How do you perform your sets during your workout to build as much strength as possible? The most important thing by far is using a heavy weight and going in between 2 and 5 reps. I noticed this the most actually last school year when I started taking a weights class. We were told to go like 2 to 5 reps each set, and that's where my strength on squat and bench just blew up. Like that's how I hit a 455 squat at 16. That's how I hit 290 bench. So keep your sets in between 2 to 5 reps and just go to failure. So you want to make sure that you're using enough weight that you're not just pretending to do those 2 to 5 reps. Like if you could do more, you need to up the weight. But if that's actually pushing you to failure, then that's the weight you need. And then for strength, you want to go higher rep range. So that's like 8 to 12. That's what everybody says. Honestly, what I found is as long as it's 5 and above, like you can do 15, 20 reps, honestly, and you're still going to be able to build muscle if you do it in this very particular way. And that way is not going to failure, but actually going past it. So what I mean by that is things like drop sets, supersets, and partials too. All three of these are ways to go past failure. So what that looks like is, let's say I'm doing curls. Let's say I'm doing 55s on curls, 55-pound dumbbells. Then once I literally can't do any more and I've hit like 8 reps, then I'll drop the weight. I'll get 40s or like 35s, and then I'll just keep going. And that counts as more reps, but you don't have to think about that because you know as long as you're above the 5 to like 8 rep range, as long as you're above that, you're still going to be able to build muscle as long as you're going past failure. So if you do a drop set, if you do partials at the very bottom of the movement, you're going to build so much more muscle than people who just do their 8 to 12 reps and then drop the weight. Like that's not how you get big. You have to actually push hard and go through pain to build muscle. And that's what I feel like a lot of guys don't understand. And that's why they're not making progress. They don't realize that you have to feel pain. You have to go through the discomfort to actually get the progress and to build the muscle you want. So that's sets. Now reps. How do you perform each individual rep to maximize strength and size? So for strength, well, really, they're very similar just because your sets really determine if you build strength or size, but I didn't even write down reps in my script for this video. Okay, well, I'll just talk about reps. For reps, it's really the same for each. You want to go really fast and explosive on the way up, especially for strength. If you're training for strength, explode on the way up every single time. And then control on the way down, as slow as you can on what is called the eccentric. So the concentric is pushing the weight up, or like the actual lifting part of the movement. You want to explode on that part, and then when you're going down, when you're like lowering the weight, that's called the eccentric. That's when you want to go really, really slow and really controlled. When I was getting the most progress I ever have in the gym is when I was actually, like, I would spend 10, 20 seconds just lowering the barbell on my curls, and it would burn, it would suck, but that's when I built the most muscle. I remember my brother just standing there like yelling at me and like holding the bar up and saying slower, 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 because we knew that that's how you were going to build muscle. But once again, you have to go through that pain and that discomfort to actually see the results you want. So for reps, it's really the same for strength and size, just explosive on the way up and then real slow on the way down, and make sure your form is good, because otherwise you're just wasting your reps and your sets. And then one of the most important things between strength and size is your split. So if you want to maximize strength, what I found is that doing a 2-day split or like a 3-day split is the best for strength. When I got the strongest last year, when I got up to a 460 squat and a 290 bench at 16 years old, it was when I was working out with a 2-day split because I was in a weights class with my school, and we just did upper one day and then lower the next day, and upper the next day and lower the next day. So it's just upper lower split. And I think if you want to build strength on your squat and your bench, that's the perfect split. If you want to do deadlift as well, then I'd probably do a 3-day split, just because you are going to need that break after doing 2 compound lifts. But you need such high volume to build strength that's what you need. You need to be doing squat 3 times a week, bench 3 times a week if you want to build that strength. It's a little different with size though, because you need more time to recover to actually build muscle. So that's why for size, I recommend a 4-day split. This is what I do right now because I'm trying to maximize my size. So what I do is, let's see, chest, then arms. Well, I do chest with side delt, then arms, so bis and tris. Then I do back with rear delt, and then I do legs. So that's 4-day split, and I just keep doing that. I don't have like a rest day or anything. So yeah. What else? Yeah, other than that, just perfect your form. Make sure your form is on point so that you can actually maximize the movement to build strength and size. Like if you're getting a lot of weight up, but you have really crappy form, you're not even building strength. I mean, sure, you might be. Like I have a friend who just gets the weight up, but if he has to actually do a movement with good form, he can't use a lot of weight, so he doesn't have actual strength. And then you're also not activating the muscle enough and not straining it enough to build muscle. So you're not getting strength or size if you have bad form. So just have good form, and just train super hard. Train to failure with your big compound movements, and then train past failure with all the auxiliaries that are actually going to build you muscle. So train hard, eat clean, don't eat sugar, get big and strong.